Howdy folks, it's Ultra Roller here and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. I apologize for the slight allergy voice. I'll try to speak a little bit higher in pitch than normal. No, I won't. I just have to explain why I'm raspy. Anyway, today we're going to do the first, well not first because there's not an order, but we're going to do one of the 5 new bush trips in the Nordics update, which is World Update 5 for the simulator. And we're going to do this a little bit differently. We're not going to rush through them. We're not going to do like 5 legs in the video. I'll explain how we're going to do this as soon as we click on it. So here we go. Discover Denmark, Copenhagen to Aalborg. So these are quite a bit shorter. For example, this one is only, in air quotes, 3¼ hours or so, which for me means way more. But what we used to do is we would take, bush trips, 27 legs or whatever, 17 legs, and we would do like 5 legs in the video. I'd fly them over a couple days, wrap them up in a nice little package that's about an hour long, and that'd be 5 legs, right? But we would miss a bunch of stuff. We would read through the log, the nav log very quickly. We'd miss all the landmarks. We'd miss all the important stuff. We would just fly and land it because they were like 17 hours, 16 hours for me, after putting it all together, like 16-hour events. Right, but this is going to be different. We're going to do, in most cases, 1 leg per video. So for example, this bush trip is going to be 6 videos. Once we're inside the flight, we'll use GPS if it's available, just for the sake of the video part. But we're going to follow the nav log as we go and look for everything and enjoy most of it without any cuts, no cuts, few cuts, stream style. So for example, you can expect the first video to be about half an hour long, the second video about 38 minutes, give or take. Now, the thing about GPS, the reason why I need to use it and let the computer navigate us is because when I'm making videos and talking and narrating and doing sightseeing stuff, it's way different than just sitting here by myself and flying, reading the nav log and navigating, which we had to do for the Nevada one. And that was incredibly exhausting. And I missed a lot of stuff because I was trying to do video stuff and fly. So it's a different way of looking at it. So we will use GPS for all of these if it's available, which I think it is. And we will let the computer do that. We'll either use heading bug or autopilot, whatever we need to do. But then that frees us up to spend time together looking at the bush trips. Alrighty? So that is our long introduction. We won't have that same introduction for every leg. I'll just tell people to refer back to this video. However, we're going to read the notes here. So it says bush trips. This site packed tour will have you fly throughout the most striking landmarks of Denmark, one of the most historically rich countries in the world. You'll be treated to centuries old castles, enchanting natural features including lakes and forests, and stunning works of architecture and art. You'll experience the journey from the cockpit of a Cessna 172 Sierra Papa featuring the Garmin Golf 1000 avionics, a premier touring aircraft that is a true joy to navigate from one incredible site to the next. In other words, you can use GPS to go and look around. Assistance on the trip will be available in the form of a back on track button on the VFR map. However, be advised that using this will disable activity achievements tied to the activity. Now, I did look at the achievements list, and there are no new achievements with this world update. So my 100% are on everything except the hours, of course, because we all know that my hours weren't counted for the first couple months. But 100% all the achievements, nothing new. I still won't use back on track in case they add one. So there's our long introduction. The introduction won't be this long for every video. But there we go. Estimated time, 29 minutes or so. All right, where are we going? It'll tell us inside. Let's hit start and let's go. All right, so here we are in the aircraft like usual. I did a repair and refuel. Let's come down here, get first set of flaps down and lights. Where are lights in this one? How come? What? How come I'm not recognized? Oh, because this is the G1000. I'm like, I don't recognize this aircraft. Latch are on. Okay, everything's on the way we want it. Flip on the fuel pump. And why is caution on? Who cares? Let's see. I don't think winds are going to matter in this one. Yeah, no wind data. Didn't think so. Okay, we have other people with us, I guess. There are several people out there. I think our frame rates are okay. Yeah, we're in the high 40s. I have frame rate counter. I guess you can't see it, though. But my name tags are on. So we'll start with the name tags on. If it annoys us, I'll turn them off. But we have quite a few people out there. Means you're either flying the trip or, well, there's an Airbus, so they're not flying the trip, they're just in the area. Good to know it's working. There's some more people, because when I tried some other things, we weren't getting other players. But they bogged down the frame rates. Alright, here we go. I got a little distracted. Sorry, it's like 20 minutes later. I had to go take care of something, and my allergy voice is worse. Oh, someone's coming for landing behind us? Maybe not. Okay, what are we doing? Let's zoom out a little bit. It's not going to tell us on here our route, but it will tell us on here, won't it? Yeah, see. Okay, and the POIs correspond, we haven't talked about this before, to this. Okay, so that's going to help us when I was talking about in my long introduction of how we're going to actually take our time with this. And we're going to, let me see how far out do we want that. We're going to take our time with this, and we're going to enjoy the sights per the log as we go. Alrighty, so POI 1, which means we're going to take off and fly right to here, which is right there. Okay, POI 1, once aloft from Copenhagen Airport, your journey starting point. Your journey starting point, aim the nose in northwest heading, and you'll soon be at Amalienborg, a cluster of 4 large castles that serve as the home of the Danish royal family. So, what that means is if we pull this up, when we get to here, that's what we're looking for. And then you'll see 2 and 3 are right after that. See 13 seconds, 29 seconds. And then, I guess as we get there, we'll read the other ones as we go. Alrighty. So that's how this is going to work. It'll make sense once you get in the air. Let's zoom that out a little bit so we know when we're getting places and we can line it up. So this is right away. Right away, first 3 POIs, like immediately. Alrighty, so I think we're good to go. And that is it. I feel like I'm missing something. Yes, set up autopilot. That's what I'm missing. Flight director. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Crap. Stop. Flight director, nav, and altitude. What are we going to do for altitude? I don't know if it really matters. Not 10,000 feet. What are we at right now? 10 feet. Let's put in 4,000 and see if that's good enough. Slow climb. There we go. Here we go. We're going to take off. We'll do autopilot right away, so we can start sightseeing. Parking brake is engaged apparently. There we go. We're going to start off centered, which means put the lines between your legs, not in the middle of the nose. So I'll show you here. Between our legs is right here. You can see between our legs. And why am I all over the place? You know, you get the idea. What the heck is going on? It's so extra sensitive. Maybe I have to change my sensitivity settings after the last update. You wouldn't think so. Stepping on the brakes, stop the wheels, flaps coming in. We'll hand fly until we start getting the purple line to move, and then we'll turn left, and then we will engage autopilot, because again, we're looking right away pretty much. We're going to turn over here for looking at the G1000, and then when we get to these docks, then we'll have our POI 1, 2, and 3, and we'll read about them as we go. That's how this is going to work. That's the plan anyway. And it should make it a lot more interesting. Oh, look at that amazing bridge. It should make, oh, there's like a castle back there. Or a church. It'll make it a lot more interesting and much more appreciative, other than just rushing through this. Alright, the line is moving. Let's turn. Look at the wind farm out there. And we're going to turn towards it, and we'll engage autopilot now. It'll take over. There we go. Boom. So there we are. Let's head outside. Use the drone. And, you know, look at all those people at the airport. That's amazing to see, but it's bogging our frame rates, man. Oh, what are we at? Oh, no, we're at 42. Never mind. My frame rates are not bogged. It's just, I don't know what it is. My monitor or something. Who knows? Alrighty, so that is a gorgeous shot. Let's take a screenshot of that. Alright, so what are we looking for here? We are looking for a cluster of castles, and then right after that, immediately to your west, you'll fly over the stately Rosenborg Castle, an icon of the Dutch Renaissance style. And just to your northwest, you'll pass Parken Stadium, home of the Denmark national football team. Okie dokie, so a couple castles and a football team. Let's hide that. And that's going to be POI 1, 2, and 3, which is here, which will line us up right there on the GPS. Okay? See, that's how this is going to work. Instead of being like We're in the air. Here's 30 seconds of sightseeing. I'll see you at the landing. And then you miss all the bush trip. I get to watch it, but you miss it. And that's pretty ridiculous, right? I apologize if my volume of my voice is changing, but I'm trying a new microphone position because the last couple of videos I was a little bit close and I was eating the microphone. Alright, so we're just going to enjoy the area of Copenhagen. How amazing is this, huh? Can we back up a little bit? Yeah, there we go. Let's get some more screenshots in here. Copenhagen. Of course, I would love to go to Denmark. I would love it so much. I like the cloud shadows over there. But, I don't know if I'll ever go. Hopefully I can go before I'm too old to go. Alrighty, are we ready to see these castles yet? Let's check our map. Let's see, are we... Oh, okay, okay, the castles are right in front of us. Right in front of us, because there's this and there's that. Okay, so here we go, we're turning now, so we should be able to see some castles somewhere. A cluster of castles. Is that what this is? It said POI1, a cluster of castles. Did it say off to our right or off to our left? I didn't notice. Let's see what it said. POI1. Nope. It just says you'll be in the city of Erlenberg, and you'll see the cluster of castles. Well, I'm an idiot because I don't see a cluster of castles. Let's look behind us now because we're turning more. There's a castle there. Okay, that must be them here. So there's one for sure. Is that another? A cluster to me means you're all next to each other, right? 1, 2, maybe. Gosh, I apologize to those in the area. I'm sorry. Alright, let's hop inside. Okay, now we're looking for the football team yet. Football team, we're right over it now, according to our map. Where's the stadium? Where are ya? There it is. That must be it right there. Or that's just a racetrack. Gosh, I would think it'd be a bigger stadium to spot than that, huh? I don't know where the stadium is in relation to the city because I don't know the city. Sorry, everybody. But anyway, we're looking back on two major cities in Denmark. Let's put the drone away and let's keep reading and see where we're headed. Okay, next we're headed to POI 4, which is way far away. Okay, POI 4 is way up there, which isn't even on our map yet because this little lake is that little lake. See? So we have a long ways to go to the next POI. Maybe we don't need to go to 4,000 feet. Yeah, we're almost there. Alright, POI 4. Cronborg Castle. 20 nautical miles north, you will reach Cronborg Castle, one of the most historically noteworthy of Northern Europe's castles. Okay, so we're going to go for about 20 minutes instead of 20 miles, which is 10 minutes. And we're going to reach Cronborg Castle. So again, you see how this is working, right? Instead of reading all the POIs right away, hitting autopilot and seeing you at the end and cutting it all out, we're actually going to fly around these and appreciate everything and look for the landmarks in the POIs, points of interest, as we go. And that's a cool looking dock. Oh yeah, they still have submerged boats. So these boats are from the satellite imagery. So they look submerged. And when you fly down there, I think it actually looks kind of cool. But then you also get cool things like this, right? People's wake from the satellite imagery. So I assume that's the castle right there. Now I tried turning on POI markers and stuff, but all that stuff, there's a bush trip setting for difficulty and navigation aids, and everything's grayed out and you can't change anything. So we can't use the POI markers because it won't let us. The only thing we can do is turn off name tags if we get too much traffic cluttering in front of us, but that's okay. That's our castle there. Let's see, frame rates are in the high 40s now. Okay, so it got better once you got away from a lot of other traffic. So let's see here. The POI is right there because that's right there, and that's the castle. Oh, RPMs are a little high there. So we're gonna get to the castle now. We did do some sightseeing. I did cut out a few minutes just to save a little bit of time, but you missed nothing in terms of what to see and what to know. So you didn't miss anything. I just, instead of taking a 10-minute leg, I took all like a couple minutes of it. But you didn't miss anything, I promise. Okay, we're kind of high now to see some of this stuff, aren't we? Maybe we should come down to 3,000 feet. Because we can't see anything. Vertical speed, nose down. There we go. Come down. With a little bit of haste, we can get closer. So the airplane is bring up those props now. Come on, props. There we go. We'll probably turn before we get to the castle. If autopilot does that for us, and then we'll just use the drone to look at it, and then read about POI 5 once we make our turn. So coming up on this castle. In the meantime, we can check out the cloud shadows, which look like Minecraft clouds. What the heck is up with that? What? The clouds themselves look great. The cloud shadows on the ground, I love cloud shadows on the ground. It's like an overlooked detail that people don't think about. But what's with the Minecraft clouds? That's what I should do. I should find a mod for the sim where you make the clouds all Minecraft clouds. I'm just kidding. Actually, I'm not. Okay, we're over the castle, so we can't see it. So let's hop outside. Let's check out the castle. Is it going to turn us so we can look out the window? No, because if we look out the window, it'll be pointing towards the sky, right? The right window? I guess it depends. So let's just look out this way, I guess, with the castle. Again, we're kind of high. I guess we could speed up the drone, right? I think you can do that. You can do drone speed. Yeah, just crank that thing way up. There we go. We can check out the castle for ourselves because we're way too high for the plane to do it. Now, as much as I love the imagery in the sim, oh, I guess we're gonna fly with the camera. We're gonna fly with the plane. As much as I love, there's the turn. Can we do this to look at it? Nope. As much as I love the scenery in the plane, in the sim, like look at all this stuff. Isn't that amazing? It's like the real city based on data that the computer figures out what to do with. However, as I said before, when it comes to the handmade stuff like the POIs, like that castle back there, which we might see, it just sticks out like a cartoon. Drives me crazy. Maybe, yeah, see how it sticks out like a cartoon? All the POIs do that. All the handmade stuff does that. Are we really turning, or is our autopilot putting us circles? Anyway, so I wish the artists, who are obviously, they know more than I do, obviously, who am I, but I wish they would understand that. Like, hey, your hand-built stuff sticks out like a sore thumb. Can't they put, like, I don't know, like a muting layer? For example, I do Minecraft textures that are actually quite popular. People ask for them all the time, and I do the best I can. I don't know what I'm doing, but people like them, and they look fine. They're photorealistic textures for Minecraft, so it looks like you're in the real world. However, to keep it from looking not like a cartoon, sometimes I'll put a layer and mute it a little bit. And I have no idea what I'm doing, and I'm able to do that. So why can't these artists who do know what they're doing? So look at the thing, it sticks out like a sort of, sticks out like a cartoon. Anyway, if I can make my textures muted and look realistic, and I have no idea what I'm doing, why can't they notice that and do it? I don't know, maybe I should mention that on a bug thing, like, hey, all your textures are cartoonish. Why? Like, the default stuff, the default auto-gen is amazing. Anyway, that's my little rant. We better get back on track here. POI 5 is right here. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. Or am I looking at this lake? No, I'm looking at this one. POI 5 is right here. Let's read about it. What are we looking for? Frederiksborg Castle. Fly southwest for 12.5 nautical miles. Will bring you to Frederiksborg Castle, which was built in the early 1600s and since 1882 has served as the Danish Museum of National History. A lot of people tell me they like my reading voice, but I screw up half the words. So thank you, I guess. Anyway, yep. Okay, so we're gonna look for another castle, POI 5, which is, I guess it's a little beyond that, isn't there? Okay, there's that thing sticking out, and then there's a big lake which we can't make out. Oh, this is the big lake here, and then there's a little thing. So POI 5, I don't know, we're just, oh, there, oh, it's right on the lake here. Okay, so we're gonna look for, I assume, that lake, and that'll be POI 5. Simple. Alrighty, so I'm gonna do the thing again where I'm gonna shorten this to a little bit, even though you're not gonna miss anything. I'll see you in a moment. Alright, we're about to come up on the lake, which is under our view, unfortunately, so we'll have to hop outside. But if we look at the map, we should be turning any minute now. Let me just zoom in this too and make sure that I'm actually looking at the right spot. See, zoom in. Yep. Right here on that point, there's a castle, but we can't see it because we're over it. Let's put that back, and let's hop outside. And there's a castle down there somewhere. There it is. Right there. Again, you can tell because it looks different than the surrounding stuff. So there is the next castle. You could recreate all these in Minecraft, right? Crochet to build castles in Minecraft, but they're fun. You're gonna fly right over the castle. And the big rounds for whatever they did with it. See, all this was put in by hand, you can tell, because it looks so much different. But that's okay, I'll stop complaining. I'm actually not complaining, I'm just making an opinion about how this looks. But there you go. You can see the border of what they put in there on a big lake or pond. You're holding it like a moat. Remember moats? My gosh, Lego castles would have a drawbridge. I'd make moats. Alrighty, put the drone away, and let's get back to flying here. So let's zoom this out a little bit. POI 6 now. Let's see, we're going to fly by those airports. Heading to POI 6. It's a straight shot, and it's another 10 minutes or so. It always takes longer for me. 19.4 nautical miles south-southwest, you'll reach the impressive Roskilde. No, that was still wrong. It's not Rockslide. It's not Roskilde. It's Roskilde Cathedral, which was built of brick in the Gothic style of architecture in the 12th and 13th centuries. So Roskilde Cathedral. That's what we're looking for. And it is, we're on the map, way down here at the tip, beyond the tip of that water, body of water. This is where we're headed. Romeo Kilo. Not even, I usually say in the beginning of where we're going, but yeah, Romeo Kilo, that's where we're headed. Alrighty, so once we get closer to POI 6, we'll read about the airport. Alright, so at the end of that body of water, which puts us, not even on the map yet, Alrighty, so that's 10 minutes of flying. I'm going to give you some sightseeing, and you won't miss anything. You'll just get a shorter version. And I'll see you when we get to the Roskilde Cathedral. Alright, so looking here, we got the body of water there, and that little line is right there. Then we have this big body of water there with the highway. See the highway going through? There's the highway. So the POI, the castle, is between this and the highway, right in here. Hopefully we'll be able to spot it. We should be able to. Alright, so let's zoom that out. So as we get there, let's read about our our final thing, which is the airport. Land at the airport, just to your southeast. That's easy. Simple enough. Alright, so if you look at the map, yep, it's right there. So once we get the airport in sight, we'll kill autopilot and fly there, because the GPS will bring us around it. So, should we come down yet to 2,000 feet? Not yet. Once we get to here, oh, I guess we can start coming down to 2,000 feet. I just don't want to lose sight of the airport from going down too low, too soon. So let's just do a slow descent, and then we'll be able to see the airport from the air and everything else. So where is this castle? That's between here and the road. I don't know. Then the airport's probably right over here. There's no ATC or anything, no wind. Oh, there's a little bit of wind, I guess. 3 knots. We'll just land however we feel like landing. I'm not worried about that for bush trips. That might be our airport here. Yeah, I think that's it right there. Yep, and there's other planes there. Okay, so we actually need to descend a little more quickly than this. And we need to get down to 1,500 feet because we know where the airport is now. Can I do? There we go. And descend a little more steeply. Alright. Do we see this castle yet? Let's see. I don't see anything yet. Should be between here and there, before the highway, which is running through right here. I know there's another highway there, but the main highway running through here. I don't see it yet. Anybody else see it? Oh, maybe this is it right here in the middle. That would make sense, right? In the middle of the city. And then everything is around it. That would make the most sense. Actually, let's hop inside for this then. And look out the window. That's definitely the airport right there. Okay, let's look out the window at this castle, and then we'll break free from autopilot and land. Probably have to slip it in because we're pretty high. But that's okay. There is the castle, right? Maybe not. Huh. Well, okay, we can't use autopilot for this. It's gonna gonna do weird things. Kill autopilot. Kill the flight director. Yeah, see, it's gonna bring us right to the airport. We don't want that. You want to slow down and come down. Can we find that castle though? I see that. I guess I couldn't make it out. Not without going online and looking at it, you know, like Google Images or something. Oh well, it was in there somewhere. I'm sure if I froze the frame and compared it to Google Maps, we would find it in that scene somewhere. Alright, there's the threshold of the runway way the heck up there. Okay, it says we're too high, that's fine, I know we're too high. Again, no autopilot, no ATC. Alright, let's swing in here and get lined up. This is basic stuff now. Gear's always down, lights are just going to stay the way they are. It's a bush trip. We have a very, very reduced checklist for a bush trip. That's just landing and not crashing, because if you crash, you have to do the entire leg again. And even though it said like 28 minutes or something, for me this has been an hour and a half, because I was getting interrupted by things in the house. So this is a very long leg for me. I don't want to redo it. Alright, here we go for a set of flaps. And it says we're low, but that's fine, we're in sight, so we'll just use some throttle here to keep us from descending. We don't want to pitch up to descend, or we don't want to pitch up to level off because it'll slow us down. We want throttles to level us off, so our speed stays the same. Alrighty, 300 feet per minute will be fine. Now we do want to slow down, so we're going to pitch up a little bit, but bring throttles back so we don't descend. And there we go, we're still at 300 feet, and we're slowing down. See how that works? Alright, throttles back more now. We'll do a second set of flaps. And we'll just gently glide down onto the runway. There we go. We'll start rounding out a little bit, although I have a feeling this runway is wider than I think, so we don't want to round out too soon because we're higher than we think. Yeah, where is it? Where are ground effects? There are ground effects. And boom, soft as what? Soft as what? I don't know. Not soft as silk. Smooth as silk, maybe? Flaps coming in, stepping on the brakes. Where's our save icon? Come on, there it is. Okay, we made it. Thank goodness. 40 minutes. Took almost double the time it was supposed to. What the heck? Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. That's our first leg. That's it for this video. One leg per video, unless we see some really short ones. But one leg per video. Stay tuned for the next one in a day or two, and I'll see you then.